Alright, so this is the Century mixer that I posted about in one of my last videos. I took it further apart to kind of look at what was going on, and it got kind of interesting. Well, better go over here first. Propane goes in through here and goes into your, basically a valve in here. I'll show that here in a little bit. And it goes through these chambers on both sides, and I took the bottom off to kind of get a better idea, and I didn't know it was as interesting as it was. And I figured out quite a bit of why these things, I guess this is my theory of why these things don't work that way. So take the rest of it off. So that's your base. Take that off. And then you have this, granted this is almost, well, it's more than 40 years old. It's closer to 50. You have this cork gasket in here. And I don't know, it just doesn't feel like cork would actually seal well. If you have a vacuum leak, which I think this gasket would have, like, all the time, because these things backfired a lot, and so you get your mixture off. If you have a vacuum leak, you have a propane problem because your mixture's off. The interesting thing about this is that this, well, can I get it in the camera? This is a valve here, and it is, I can't find any paperwork on it, but this is controlling your how much propane is going into it. So on the top, take that off. Take this off. Take this off. Oh, one more. Okay. Remember, these didn't come with a gasket up here, and I don't know why. I guess it might just because they're made out of cork. And these things like to backfire a lot because you wouldn't get the gas or the propane to air mixture right. And so it would backfire and blow these two doors right off, and you'd end up siliconing in them a lot. Just like that. It's just a gobbly mess under here. They would blow off all the time, it seems like. But this, from what I can tell, is what, yeah. So your propane, your vapor, remember there's two different forms of propane. It's either in a vapor or a liquid. It's in a liquid in the tank, and then you vaporize it and it comes up to that piece, which is basically right there. Comes up in here in this chamber, and this will control how much propane goes from on this side of this plunger, that's what I'm going to call it, to this side. Okay, so when you hit this, Granted, this thing is pretty old. It doesn't move well. But when you mash on the throttle, it opens up these flappers. Okay? But at the same time, it's opening up this plunger so that propane vapor is coming from this side into this side. Oh, I'm all the way up there. Comes in from this side, goes into this side, and then goes down. That's that plunger. And then the propane comes down through these runners out to the doors, actually. I thought there was a gasket or something in here. It comes out to these doors and it goes in. Can you see there's a green gasket kind of material on this bronze shaft. That is what's letting your propane into the system. And so my guess is on these old ones, like my dad told me prior, don't even mess with these because they're just that much of a piece of junk. And my guess is that it was sucking air through all on the top here, like that. Okay, not only was it sucking air here, but this really shitty cork gasket, it was sucking air all over the place also. And so it never even had a chance. By the time the propane comes from here up these runners out to these shafts, which I guess it's kind of like the butterflies on a throttle body. And that's where the mixture of propane to gas or propane to air is actually happening. It's not actually happening here. It's happening out on these shafts, because I don't know. Let me see if I can get it open, or yeah. So if you look, there's actually a slot in here, and I don't know how, and it goes all the way up to the top here. It goes all the way through there. And so that's where your propane is actually getting mixed into your air. So if you're having a vacuum leak, it's gonna not have the right mixture, and it's gonna backfire. It's gonna light too soon. But kind of interesting what I found out. Just thought I could make a video about it. Go have an adventure.